I'm back. Yes, it's been a while. What has it been? 8 months? 8 months since the video. But I've been really busy. As you can see, why I've been busy. This is what I've been doing for the last 8 months since I did the last video. Yes, I traveled about 1,000 miles. I went east to the freest place on the planet Earth, and to get this done here. And here's how it all happened. I'm going to explain how this all happened. Okay, it all happened because of this book. While I was in Las Vegas, a friend of mine, another Gnostic sister, she wanted to put this book into Spanish, translate the book into Spanish. And so I was like, oh, okay, wow, cool. She was all for it, to do it. So I came out east to help her do it. And here it is, it's done. Look at this beautiful book. Okay, this beautiful book right here, called El Secreto y la Verdad de los Siglos. This is the book. This is this book done in Spanish. Okay? So I came out here to get this book done in Spanish, and now it's done in Spanish. And now all Spanish-speaking people can now read The Secret and the Truth of the Ages in Spanish. Este libro es en español. That's all the Spanish I'm going to say because I don't speak Spanish very good. So that's all I'm saying. And that's why I came out here, because of this book. Well, while I was out here, I came in contact with a production company that produces books, and they're called the Dan Brown Academy. Yeah, and they're the ones who produce these beautiful books. And so, as they were producing this book, I decided to get away from the last publisher and become my own publisher and revise this book. This book, which you all know about, a lot of you know about this book, The Secret and the Truth of the Ages. Yes? So this is a revised book from the last book. Okay, it's the same book. It's just changed a little bit inside, but it's revised, but it's the same book. Okay, The Secret and the Truth of the Ages. For those of you who don't know about this book, I'll read the back for you. This book exposes the many truths and secrets kept hidden and unknown to mankind throughout time. It will explain things that have been kept concealed for centuries, only to be revealed again within each of its readers. Be prepared to realize that all we have ever been taught has been lies. This book explains the truth that has been the biggest secret of the ages. Okay? So now this book is revised, and look at the beautiful cover. Look how beautiful these books are. That's because of the Dan Brown Academy. Okay? Well, so now this book is done better, and it's nicer, and it's 5x8. It's by 6x9 instead of 5x8 now, and still has 69 pages in it. And so now we have these two books in English and in Spanish. And then while I was here, I was advised by someone, by my friend Savia, that it would be a good idea if I wrote another book that was about getting the confusion out of the Gnostic scriptures and making it so clear and clean that it's easy for people to have an understanding of the Gnostic truth. And so I thought about that, and I was like, okay, that's a good idea, because I did promise to write a second book. And so, okay, so I got on this, and here's what happened. This book is called The Gnostic Scriptures of Christ and the Gnostic Truth. Okay? And so here's what it says in the back. It said, this book reveals the knowledge of truth. The truth that the original Christ brought for us to know. For many have changed the knowledge over and over again throughout time. You can now see from within what was meant for you to not believe but to know. To know, not believe. And so, I'll read some more for you. I'll read the acknowledgement. This book has an acknowledgement. The other books don't. This one does. I'll read the acknowledgement so you can have an understanding of what this book is about. The one who has received light cannot be seen, nor can he be held, and no one cannot torment him or her. Are we not tormented to a certain point all here in this world that came to be out of an error? In 1945, the Gnostic scriptures were found in jars in Egypt. There was no internet at that time, and the translations also used the title God. But God was never good. That's why his title has always been missing an O. My story could be the story of many, and already many to come. As a sincere seeker, I ask myself these questions. Where am I from? Why am I here? And from here, where do I go? No religion, no New Age groups, no philosophy, and no critical thinking could give me a profound, truthful answer. Then one day I came across a little book called The Secret and the Truth of the Ages, written by Cordova. It was mind-boggling at first. This world in error? The God that everybody prays to does not exist anymore? And Christ never died on the crucifix? And the real cross a positive plus symbol? And the universal line a negative symbol? All this information really shattered my beliefs completely. Then my will was to become a knower. I began to study the non-Hamas scriptures to prove to myself that the information I received from the book by Cordova, The Secret and the Truth of the Ages, was aligned with what was written in the Gnostic scriptures. During my study of the Gnostic scriptures, I realized that still the title God was used, and also the interpretation of the Holy Spirit, Mother Man, and the Father Holy was not always accurate. I thought how wonderful it could be to have a book so finely written with the right definition of the Father and the Mother and the right interpretation of the true words of Christ without the title God. I gave this idea to Cordova because I knew that he would be the only one capable of interpreting apocryphally the correct meanings of the true words of Christ. He then wrote this book for all the sincere seekers of truth. It is a jewel that will transform and transmit the true words of Christ in the most eloquent way and order that now our prayers can finally be answered. Sincerely, Xavier de Vidasi, Doctor of Philosophy and Metaphysics. Yes, our prayers can now be answered because the Father Holy is real, and God was real, but God is no more. He was out there. The Father Holy is within us, inside us. The kingdom of heaven is within us. That's where it is. That's where the Father Holy is, okay? So now I'm going to read a little bit of chapter 1, just a bit, to show you why this book will help you and why this book is written, okay? We will now give an example of why this book was written. In the Gospel of Philip, scripture number 11 states, "The names which are given to the worldly things contain a great occasion of error. For they twist our consideration from the right meaning to the wrong meaning. For whoever hears the word God does not know the right meaning but the wrong meaning. It is the same way with such words as the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and the life, and the light, and the resurrection, and the church, and all the other names. Folk do not know the right meaning, rather they know the wrong meaning. Unless they have come to know the right meaning, they are in the world. In the eon, they would never be used as names in the world, nor would they list them under worldly things. They have an end in the eon." You see, these are Christ's words, what Christ said. So this book is written, and things are changed. Words are changed into the right order, that it's clear and clean. That when you read the Gnostic scriptures, you get them clear and clean. And the Gnostic scriptures here, we have the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Truth, the Coptic Apocalypse of Peter, the Sacred Trices of the Great Seth, the Trices on the Resurrection, the Secret Book of John, and the First Out of Three Forms. Written the way Christ would have us to know, not altered and changed like they've been through all these ages, and religion really changing them into the believing scriptures called the New Testament. These are the original. And this is put back in the original way that Christ would have us know. Okay? Because Christ is the one who's saying this, not any people. Alright? So that's what's going on with this book here. Okay. Then, when I was finishing up with this book, I was asked, why not write another book? So I thought to myself, another book? Okay. Now, let me think what book I could write now. Now. You see, in the pictures of Christ, there's a picture right here. You see that? Woo! There's a lot of pictures of Christ like that where he's saying make the two in one. And there's an O, a W, and an M. An O, a W, and an N. O, W, N, and I don't know exactly what random order it's in. But there's 3 words with that. Own, one, and now. So I put it in the arrangement of now. This book is called Time or Now. Okay? And I put it in the arrangement of now right here. You can see it. Here's the book. Time or Now. See that? Okay? In the back of this book it says, there is a huge difference between time and now. Once you have come to know now, you will not be lost in time anymore. And if you notice, you see here, there's a crucifix on the T for time. And behind the head of Christ is a cross. Time or now. And it says now right here. Because see, a cross is not a crucifix. And a crucifix is not a cross. Religion always had everybody calling this crucifix a cross. So that you're not thinking in this, but you're thinking in this. Time. Time goes with death. Time is no good. Time goes with death. Time goes with material. It goes with belief. It goes with everything that has to do with religion and what they don't want us to know. Okay? Now is actually the Father Holy. The superconscious Father Holy Divine Source Mind, which everything came from, which is in within us, which is in with everything. And now this is the Father Holy. Now is Him. Now is eternal. Now always is. Now was and will always be. Now is the power that we are to do things from. And that's why this is here. And that's why Christ is telling us this. So that's what this book is about. It's about now. Okay? The power of now. The real power of now. Okay? What the true power is, that this is the divine source. Okay? So everything you'll find in this book here. Now, this book has a clock. I'll show you. See that? But this clock has 13. Because now is about 13. This is the age of now. This is the age of coming to know now. This is the age of knowing that this is the 13th zodiac. That there are really 13 months in a year. There's not 12, there's 13. They don't want us to know this. That's why they made the Gregorian calendar that has 12 months, so we don't get this. Okay? It's all written in here. It's written in there. Look it. There's 13 months for real. There's 364 days a year. This is a fact. Okay? And also, there's a calendar that is called the Now calendar that we're going to be bringing out. The Dan Brown Academy is going to help me be bringing out that calendar. Okay? When you go to the website, which is right here under the video, right there's the website. It's called awickedmoon.com. awickedmoon.com. Okay? That's the website where you can get these books. That's where you get these books from the website. Right here underneath the video, it's in blue. It says awickedmoon.com. You click that and it goes to the website. Well, the Dan Brown Academy made the website as well. It's the bomb. It's better than way better than when I was doing. Okay, and so on the website is where you can get these books. Okay, now you'll see on the website it'll say calendar. You click the calendar and it shows you a picture of the calendar that's going to come. It says coming soon because we haven't produced a calendar yet. Okay, but it's on. We're working on that, and so so anyways, the calendar. There's also going to be a magazine about the calendar, and it'll explain everything about the, what the calendar is and what it's the truth that there's really 13 months in a year with 28 days per month. exactly 364 days a year. That's what the truth is. We've been offset, off track. We've been lied to about so many things. All they've ever done is lie to us. And the reason why they lie to us is because we believe. Everyone is conditioned believers. I believe this and I believe that and we believe and I believe and I believe and I believe, I believe. They don't know anything. They only believe, okay? Believers are ignorant because they don't know. They just believe. So they're ignorant. They're all ignorant together. And they can all be lied to because only a believer can be lied to. Deception can only have power if belief exists. Get rid of belief and the deception can't even exist. Okay? So when you're a Gnostic, which these books help you to become a Gnostic, and when you know, then you can't be lied to. Because you have to know. The truth can only be known. So when you have to be known, say, well, I don't know that, so I guess I don't know, but I have the will to know. Can you show me that I can know? Then you know it's the truth. But believe me, that's not the truth. Okay? Now, when you go to the website, okay, now these books can be purchased also from Barnes & Noble, not just Amazon like before. You go to the website and it's just Amazon. Now you can get the books from Barnes & Noble. And so the cool thing about Barnes & Noble is that wherever your store is, your neighborhood store that you like going to in Barnes & Noble, because like you think Barnes & Noble is like one of the only big bookstores just left here, all the other ones went down. Well, Barnes & Noble, you can order the book from Barnes & Noble on the website, and you can pick it up from Barnes & Noble, because I saw where there's somewhere you could say, you could put the address to which Barnes & Noble you want the book to go to, and you can go pick it up there. So that's what's cool now, that you can get the book from two places, Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Okay, now let me explain some things here. The books are expensive. I would say that this is the most expensive book. This book, and this book you can get hardcover, paperback, or ebook. This book you can only get paperback or ebook, and the reason why is there's only 69 pages here in this book, and in order to have a hardcover, the book has to have 75 pages. This book has 120 pages. We made sure that all the books had Gnostic numbers. 120, the Seed of Seth. This has 120 pages. This has 194 pages. 9, 4, and 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. 9 and 5, breaking down to 5. So this book here is 194 pages. This book is 76 pages. The reason why it's 76 pages is because 7 and 6 makes 13. Okay? And this one, this has, I didn't show you before, I'll show you now. This has the Gnostic symbol of Christ, the what that's behind his head right here. And then down here it has the two stars together. This star of power, the power of the Father, the power of the Mother, together, making the 2 and 1. They're together, because I promised this in the video that the second book was going to have the two stars together. And then in the center is the galaxy, through the black hole, the way home back to the pleroma, in the center of this. And this is written about this in the Gnostic Truth, in this book. Okay? Now, expensive or not, however, if one cannot afford the books, for an ebook, you can still get the book. The ebook, I think, for this is less than $10. Okay? It's like $9.99, like a penny less. And then the other books are even less than that. This is lesser, this is lesser, and this is the least one. And so the ebooks are cheap. The ebooks you can get them cheap. You can get these books real cheap as ebooks. I mean, it'd be nice that things could be affordable these days, but things cost so much. They cost so much. Everything costs so much these days. So unfortunately, we did the best we could do. And I will have you know, I want to give a shout out to the Dan Brown Academy, because it wasn't for them, these beautiful books would not have been produced. Another shout out to two Gnostic sisters of mine, Savia Devidasi, and another sister who I will call, she's from Australia, who I will call Miss White. If it wasn't for these two sisters, these books would not be here. Okay, I wrote the books, but if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't be here. So a shout out to them, gratitude, appreciation for these two wonderful sisters who have helped to make this happen. Okay? Now, let's see. These books, now let me explain something about this book here. Coming to know, when you're coming to know these books, in this book, because it's got 13 on it, there's a movie I talked about called Rise of the Planet of the Apes, where it's a Gnostic movie. There's a lot of movies out that are Gnostic. They're creative movies that are Gnostic. Gnostic comes out of it. The knowledge of the truth comes out, but they don't even know they're doing this. Okay, just like all the symbols everywhere for all the products, the symbolism, they don't even know they're doing it, you know. And here's our symbol. Let's see. It's here. If I can get the page open. It's not in this book. Just to know. Okay, here it is. Here's our symbol. Okay. Our logo. The logos. That's the Father, the Mother, and the Son. That's what the logos is. Okay, getting back to the 13. Alright. There's a movie called Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Okay. And in this movie, there's the one male. This is Caesar. He's the one male, okay? And it's in the movie. And so Caesar was born from, his mother was given this drug called ALZ-112, the 12 powers, okay? The knowledge of the 12 powers from the eternal realm, not from here, but from the eternal realm. And so this ape is born with these powers, with the knowledge to bring, with the enoia to know, right? So he's born like this. He wasn't given the drug. He's born this way. And so then, he's wiser and smarter than everyone, the whole planet, this little ape, this little chimpanzee. And he grows up and he finds out how evil the world is. Then he gets thrown into a jail, a prison. Well, these bodies are prisons, okay? He gets thrown there. And then he meets his kind. He finds his brethren, the 120s, he finds them, okay? The other chimpanzees, the others that are like him. And so then he figures out that they need to have, to be awakened. So he gives them ALZ-113. That's the new drug they made, right? 13. Awareness 13, okay? So he comes with this drug and he rolls it down the hall with all the mist is coming out of it. And these apes are breathing in the mist and they're waking up. Now, all humans are walking around, they're sleepwalking, okay? Nobody's awake. They're all sleepwalking and stuck in belief, the matrix, the belief system, okay? Excuse me? So he wakes them all up. They're like this. Okay, these apes, they're asleep, they wake up, they see their hands, they look around, what the heck, why am I in this body, what is, they're aware, like what the heck is it? They wake up, they're aware, they know, they're in the know, and then they escape and become free, okay? It's a movie, it's a cool movie, but it's about the one male. It's about waking up and becoming in the know. So, what I'm saying, when you read these books, you're going to come into the know. Okay? You're going to wake up. You're going to see things different. Everything's going to change. You'll get rid of things like fear. Once you come to know this, you'll be fearless. You won't have courage, because having courage just means that you're afraid, but you're still going to do it. But being fearless, you don't need courage. You become fearless, like, wait a minute. I know where I'm from. I know what I am inside, who I really am. I'm not this animal body. I know what I am. What? Wait a minute. You become fearless. You become aware of things. You know, you make the right decisions. You know what to do, what not to do. It's like, you know, you're aware. You have forethought and foreknowledge, which is written in this book and this book. Okay, you come into the know, right? And then you can't be threatened. You can't be. You know what to do and what not to do. You're fearless. Okay, you stop believing because you come into know. And then what happens is the left brain and the right brain come together. Okay, the left and right comes together, and you become all right. Are you all right? And you become all right with no left. You get rid of all the left, the dead powers, and you come all right. The inner and outer mind comes together. Okay, so it's inner and outer comes together. You're all right, and you're all in. This is what was supposed to happen. Okay, This will help you to make this happen. These books will help you to make this happen. The knowledge of the truth, from knowing, not believing. Okay? Who did it? It was Edgar Cayce. This is what Edgar Cayce did. If you look him up, he was called the sleeping prophet. He would sleep like this. He would hypnotize himself. Hypnosis, the knowledge of hip, to go into the inner mind. Hippies were hip. They were themselves, the hippies. They were hip. The knowledge of hip, to go into the inner mind. Okay? So he did this, and he would hypnotize himself, and he would go to sleep. Just like this. And he'd go to sleep, he'd hypnotize himself, and then his inner mind would be awake. And he'd be asleep, and his inner mind's talking, which is the Father Holy, which is within us. We all have this inner mind, okay? And it would wake, it would be speaking, and people would be asking him questions, and it knew everything and anything. It would give an answer correctly to any question, to anything of the past, the future, whatever you ask. This inner perfect mind, the Father Holy, would give the answer. And then he would wake up from his hypnosis, and he wouldn't remember anything, because he was asleep. His soul was asleep while his inner mind was awake. So he couldn't remember, nothing would happen. But us, with these books, with the knowledge of the truth that Christ is telling us, not what priests or apostles or anybody else is telling us, but what Christ said, we become awake and be like Edgar Cayce, uniting our inner and outer mind, our left and right brain, while we're walking around, while we're awake, not asleep. That's what this does. Okay? That's what these books will do. And I'd like to see if there's more to say about these books. I think I covered it all. About these books. So now, it's been 8 months. I went a long ways. I did a lot of work. Got it all done. Got this all done. Didn't know it was going to happen like this. I never knew this was going to happen. I didn't know this was going to happen. I never knew it was going to happen. It just come out. Okay? So, I want to thank you all, and I apologize for not bringing a video out for 8 months, but you can see why I did it, why I couldn't do it, and what I was doing, why I was busy. Alright then. So, thanks for all being here. Thanks for watching. Peace, and make the 2 in 1.